All right, we are back from the break, and we are going to dive in with Ockar. Lafdul and Braxon, you've looked over the goods and headed back to the ship. Ockar, you part company with them and head over following the directions you were given to the company, the Chalice building. It is actually a three-story structure, and
That's kind of rare.
well, it's not so rare here because there's a number of buildings that stretch all the way up to the ceiling. Now, I mean, once you got away from the port section, the ceiling definitely did slope back, down. And when you're getting to
Are we at like skyscraper levels or not that big?
not that big, not that big, it would probably be near the port. And there aren't too many near the port. There's only like maybe two by the port that get all the way up to the ceiling. Um, it tends to be more common as you get closer to the interior edges where there are some large tunnels. And at this point, if they put on another floor, it could probably get up to the ceiling where you are right
Uh,
now.
okay.
And you would guess that in some cases it's because there's more stuff up there in the ceiling city-wise.
Okay.
But it's a pretty large structure, and to your eye, you think some of it from the outside looks like there might be a bit of an open but walled training yard as you're coming to it.
Okay.
And like most of the other buildings, it's made of stone. It's very sturdily built, very solid, thick walls, that sort of thing. And you come to it, and there's hanging from on a sign above the door is clearly the symbol of the company of the Chalice. Um, and this place is, uh, you'd say, probably like one step below ornate. Clearly, a lot of work was done in the stone carving and stuff like that. So it's a really nice looking building.
Okay.
Um, you go up and enter the structure, and right inside, there's a fairly large hallway, and there's a couple dwarves. You'd guess that they're probably fairly young as dwarves go. Um, just kind of sitting in a comfortable little setting off to the side, talking to each other as you enter. Um, their conversation stops. One comes up, stands up, and comes over to you. Ah, how can I help you? Welcome to the company, the Chalice Chapter House here on Hardhammer Pass.
Thank you. Uh, my name is Ockar. I'm a paladin from Brawl Space. I follow tier.
Yes, I think I've heard of that outworld, outsphere god. Uh, Good things I've heard. What can I do for
Yeah.
you?
Yes. I'm on Brawl Space. Oh no, I'm in Crin Space for business. I'm tracking down a notorious pirate. Uh, Red Njord.
Yes, yes, he has been plaguing the space lanes for a number of years recently. Um, well, why don't I direct you to the head of our chapter house? He's probably the one that you'll want to talk to if you have any business with us in that regard.
Okay.
So he takes you into further into the structure and leads you into an office. Everything is scaled for dwarves at that point in this office. So the chair itself is a little uncomfortable for you to sit in, but not too bad. Um, you're kind of quickly coming to the conclusion that it seems very likely that the majority of the members of this chapter house of the company, the Chalice, is they are dwarves. But the dwarf sitting there behind his desk is clearly quite elderly at this point. His hair and beard are silvery white, um, and you can see that while still pretty strong, you can tell that some strength has definitely left him over the years. Um, but he stands up quickly at your entrance, and the two dwarves exchange have a quick conversation in a language that you don't recognize. Um, do you speak Dwarven?
I do speak Dwarven.
Okay, so it sounds like that, but you can't make out any of the words. Like your mind keeps telling you it's Dwarven, but I can't understand it, kind of thing.
Okay.
Um, and I think that you may have had a conversation with someone else in the crew. That seems kind of normal here. All of the local languages, except for Common, kind of go that way. It sounds like it should be understandable, but it's not. Um, so after that, you do hear your name mentioned, and it's just a very short conversation. You'd guess it's just this is who this person is, this is what they're here for. And the older dwarf turns to you and says, "Welcome, have a seat. I'm Granite Steel Mountain. You're hunting down a pirate, I understand."
Yes, Red Njord.
Yes, yes, he is notorious. The younger dwarf takes his leave at that time, closes the door quietly. Um,
The
and
reason I'm hunting him down is, well, it's a bit, it, part of it is to stop his piracy, but the other part is family honor. He's my cousin.
Oh, yes, yes, it is always a terrible thing when a family member dishonors the whole family, the whole clan by his actions. And from what I've heard of this pirate, this dishonor must be quite great indeed for your house. Uh,
I swore an oath to take him down and bring him to justice.
Please have a seat.
I nod and take a seat.
Um, so he do you want to like kind of give him a quick rundown of some basic information about the company, the Broken Sword, or do you want to
Yeah, I'll
dive into
tell him
something
about
else?
the company, the Broken Sword, and everything.
Okay.
A quick rundown.
While you're doing that, he's taking out a pipe and lighting it. Um, and he has a couple questions here and there for clarification purposes. Um, and then when you're done, he says, well, we've been meaning to put together a ship and get out there and hunt some of these pirates down that have been plaguing the sphere. Mainly the Strike and this Red Njord fellow that you're after as well. The Singing Sword if we come across them, but they mostly go after the outworld ships on the way out. Haven't been too many problems, and they don't kill people very often, so it's less of a priority, more of one of those things that we encourage ships to take on some good guards when they get into port. Unfortunately, we've been having some problems here on Riorks and haven't been able to get the funds together for a vessel and get the manpower together for it. Um, you aware of the mind flayers, the Illithids, villainous slavers?
Yes, we've actually. Funny thing, before we came to Gren Space, we had been on a other, I guess you could call it, adventure where we had to fight quite a few Illithids.
Well, you sound like you have quite a bit of experience in that regard, then. Well,
Yeah,
there are
we were
some.
helping these dwarves from Ford Space get an artifact back and had to fight the Illithids who wanted it too.
You can definitely see him nodding along in approval. Like his expression has changed a bit too. Something that you would kind of read as, I'm liking this guy. He's speaking my language, kind of thing. And he says, well, That aside, I might want to have you talk to some of our younger folk before you leave, but it's neither here nor there. There's some lithids deep down in the depths that have been causing problems for some of the miners. Attacking the mining operations, taking slaves, both the dwarves and gnomes, and otherwise just causing quite a hassle and havoc here. And that's been our focus lately for these past couple decades now. We've been fighting them off, and that's where most of our members have been going. We might be able to spare a few people, or we could put you into contact with other like-minded individuals who might be interested in combating a pirate menace, if that's what you're looking for.
Yes, that's part of the reason why I wanted to come.
Mm.
We'd already heard of a couple adventuring companies that seemed like they would be useful about it. I'm trying to remember their names. I know one of them is tracking down.
Starlights.
One of them is Star Knights. If you have any way to contact them.
Oh, yes, yes. They're quite well regarded by our people. Some knights from Kryn, in fact. You aware of the Knights of Solamnia?
Sadly, no. This is my first time in Kryn space. We do have this pamphlet about Kryn space. I probably should have looked at it a bit closer. It might have had something on it.
It probably wouldn't have mentioned them much, because again, it's more of a a ship's guide for cargo, and the only thing that it would have mentioned in there, I'm fine with you having read it over at some point prior.
I've heard the name, but I don't really know much about them. Are they like a paladin order?
Yeah, so real
I'm
fast,
asking him.
what the guidebook would have said was that the city of Palanthas is part of the nation of Solamnia. So
Uh,
that's probably where you've mostly where you've heard it.
yeah,
And
I would just tell him that I only know the name.
he says, well, yes, they're sort of paladin like. They're an honorable knighthood. They run one of the nations, and despite being groundlings, those few who have come up into space have been quite upright and individuals working hard to fight against evil and that sort. The Star Knights are the only ones that I know of that have formed an actual company. They mostly handle passenger transport between Zivlin and Riorx here. They have a fairly small vessel, but it is fast and maneuverable, which helps them, and mostly transporting individuals means that they have avoided most of the pirate notice.
Yeah,
But the crew is made up entirely of knights, and they might be of interest to you.
I was
Um,
hoping if you had a way to contact them so we could discuss things.
you would also, having prepared to come here, the other organization is the Octave Arcane.
Yeah,
They're a ship. Um,
and the other organization that we would like to talk to about this is the Octave Arcane.
yes, they're a group. They're not really affiliated with us, but we've had some dealings with them. They're looking for information on the Spelljammer itself. But they might be interested in helping you out. They're generally always in need of funds to continue their search and continue their research. Um, I think I could put you into contact with either of them. They tend to make regular visits here to Riorx. Uh,
Uh, that would be very helpful.
the Star Knights, I would say that they'll probably be docking here within the next week or so. They're pretty regular folk, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And the Octave Arcane might actually be in port right now. He gives you a quick description of what the ship is, and let me take a look. I think they're in a hammer ship. Yes. Yes. Actually, they're in a hammer ship, and I believe they're in for repairs from fighting, Krajan or something. I think I heard. But I can give you directions to where they're located, where you can get in touch with them if you want to speak to them.
Thank you. I'll make sure to meet with them if I can.
All right, so you get that information about the Octave Arcane. Their vessel is in for repairs. You'll have to go visit them or have someone visit them to find out how long they need to, um, get back up to spaceworthiness. And as he said, he believes that the Star Knights will probably be in within the next week. And he does say that he'll, because they're semi-affiliated. Like they're not technically part of the company of the Chalice of Star Knights, but they may as well be because they work so closely together. And he would tell you that the Star Knights always kind of pay a visit to him. The company of the Chalice when they come into port, and he'll have a runner let you know when they do dock.
I also want to bring something up with you.
Yes.
There's a reason why the beard doesn't match my hair color.
I think your hair
I had
color. I think your hair color would have been dyed too,
Oh yeah.
just to be on the safe side.
So I had to come here in a bit of disguise. We had got information that there's a spy working for the pirates, working at the ports.
That is
So
that is
we
worrying.
wanted to come in disguise, and I was hoping that the company just could help us figure out who the spy is, if possible.
Well, I'll certainly do what we can. We don't have a whole lot of dealings with the merchants ourselves unless we need something or they're looking to hire some Chalice members for their for a guard complement. But we can certainly keep an eye out. What do you know about this individual?
Were
Or the
we
spy?
given any details about the spy himself or herself?
Lafdul, what would you have shared?
That he was asked after particular information. Well, no, I. I'm trying to think. I don't remember if I got details about the person themselves.
Well, you
other
know, he was
than-
spellcaster that was charming people, don't you?
Yeah, I know he was a magic user, but
And
I
you
can
did
relay
saw,
the information that he was after and
and
the
you did saw
experience.
him, didn't you?
Well, I saw him, but yeah, I relay as much detail as I would have can to the party.
I think Ald already said if you tried to recognise him, it'd be an intelligence check.
Yeah, because it's still vague to me.
He's looking through someone else's eyes.
Yeah,
And,
but
Would
and
you
he
have
was,
given me what information you might have? Just
Yeah, I
to-
would have given all the information I knew. That I retained.
but
Yeah.
he could have told like the spy is a human, the spy
Yeah.
is male.
You know he's a human from Ansalon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll basically tell this guy everything that Latzel was able to give me.
okay. So he listens to what you convey, and he says, "Well, unfortunately, that could be any number of humans here, but we'll certainly keep an eye out.
Weren't I given a name?
I don't think you were.
No, he probably, even if he gave a name, he'd have given a fake name, wouldn't he?
Maybe. No, but someone might have heard of that monkey here before, so.
Yeah. I suppose the other thing we might need a hand with is if we go grabbing someone on the docks, it's going to look suspicious. And you could maybe get them to back us up.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I
If
don't,
we-
I don't,
if-
I don't think it's a good idea to just grab someone that looks suspicious on the docks.
No. It's going to be someone's going to try to mentally take control of Lever or Lafdul or you, Solas, and you presumably you would know. Would you know? Would they know?
You don't know. Like you don't. You've never been under that.
Okay.
And this guy told me all the information they did have on the pirates themselves, right?
Granite, Steel Mountain.
Yeah.
He'll share with you information that he does have. It's nothing new, really. You have more information than they do.
Okay. Then
You could ask about what they're doing to cut down masts on ships.
oh yeah, I'd bring up some of the stuff that we had overheard that the pirates do in their tactics, like the the thing that's going around cutting the masts off ships, and see if Granite has any clue about that.
He has no idea, but he's very interested in that. He listens intently with all that information that
You
you provide.
mentioned the flying creatures and
Yeah,
the
I'd bring those
giants.
up too.
Everyone seems to be pointing to the spacey giants.
I guess after that, is there anything else you guys can think of that I should ask him?
Well, as well as trying to get people, we could see if they've got any ideas how we could protect our masts.
Oh right, did I mention to him that the spy uses magic?
You would have, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, in part because of that, most members of the company, the Chalice, are just lawful good fighters. There are some paladins in the group, and on worlds other than this, rangers, and mages and priests and stuff like that too. So there actually would be some priests here, but the vast majority are just lawful good fighters. So
Right.
they're going to be doing more information gathering with what you've provided, as opposed to like taking direct action. But they'll kind of he'll disseminate the description that you gave, and he tells you that he'll definitely let you know if any member of the company has any suspicions about people that they see.
And I guess I'd warn him about. We were told that this guy could charm, right? So I guess I'd warn him about that.
Yeah. Ockar, you wanted to bring your cousin to justice.
Yeah.
So, does the company of the Chalice do that?
I'd ask
when they're trying pirates?
if I did capture Njord and brought him to the company of the Chalice, would they be able to, like, do anything?
They themselves would not. They do not have a mandate for executing a sentence and stuff like that, trying and convicting, but they would definitely work with the King's Men here. The City Watch is the local, essentially constabulary, and there are judges and stuff like that, and they would absolutely say that they would be more than happy to work with you to ensure that he gets a fair trial and hopefully a conviction.
Okay.
Being who they are, they do keep tabs on the pirates, so they're aware of the known crimes that Red Njord and his crew have committed. He will tell you that they don't have, they don't know who exactly was on the crew during each of those missions, each of those pirate attacks and stuff like that. So they will, hope that you can, provide some information on that if you do capture these people.
Of course.
But anyone that you capture, they will be, ready to ensure that they get put on trial here on Reorx.
I think I'll also describe Njord's like his friends at least, and I think we did get some updated information about one of them, the guy with the sword,
Yeah.
about his current appearance.
So he listens to that and he says that he'll make sure that the Chalice members are aware of these people in case any of them pay a visit.
Oh, you know what? You know what you could offer to do? If they have a sketch artist,
They don't.
you could get them. Oh, they don't.
No.
Okay.
That's really not a common thing.
Yeah.
You basically need to ad hoc go find someone, an actual artist, an actual painter or something like that to do that kind of thing. And,
Well, no, yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, if we were to get that, they could show that picture to all their people.
right, but also keep in mind that artistic works of that nature, paintings, drawings, and stuff like that, there isn't a big focus on realism
Yeah.
in most of these communities. There are certainly people who practice that, and certain cultures that practice that, but it really boils, it really varies tremendously from place to place. I mean, again, think of like medieval manuscripts and the people who show up in some of those.
Yeah,
Well,
fair enough.
I'm trying to think of anything else I should ask him. I guess I'd ask if a bit unrelated to the whole Njord stuff. I'd ask if he has anybody that is interested in Paladin training.
He tells you that that he does not. He's not aware of anyone right now. There is a small group of dwarven paladins of Paladin and Kiri Jolith, associated with the company the Chalice here on Reorx.
I look quite surprised about dwarven paladins being a thing.
They're dwarves, and they wouldn't be interested in your Outsphere god.
True. Okay. Well then, I guess I'll just. The only things I can think of now are just seeing who in the company of the Chalice wants to come help us, and then seeing about trying to meet with the arcane people, the Arcanum.
Octave Arcane.
Yeah, the Octave Arcane.
So, like, if you feel that you need bolstering your forces for an attack on the pirates, he can definitely put together a small group. The size will vary depending on how much you're willing to pay. Wouldn't be any more than 20 individuals.
Yeah, I'll tell him that.
Well, real fast, it wouldn't be any more than 20, but also it would be the kind of thing of, all right, we believe we know where where his base is. We're going there now. We're looking to hire right now. It wouldn't be a thing of, yeah, we just want some more warriors on our crew.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll tell him that when we have an idea of where Njord is, we'll come back and see about hiring some company of Chalice people to help us.
Aye, all right. Well, I wish you luck, and certainly, if you need our assistance, we would be happy to provide when you have some concrete information on where they're located.
For now, I think I'm gonna go talk with the Octave Arcane.
Okay.
There was a question sent to you, Ockar.
Oh, let me check that before I leave.
Yep, that's fine.
Not by me.
Okay, I'd ask. Njord has a bunch of minotaurs with him. Where would be the best place to hire those?
Well, there's probably enough minotaurs on most of the dwarven cities here that a group could be put together. There's always rumors about some, hidden smugglers' ports and things like that. I couldn't tell you whether there's minotaurs or of any amount in any of those. But I suppose down on Kryn itself would be the ideal place. either the League of Minotaurs on Taladus, the northern continent. It's a whole realm full of Minotaurs. Or there's some sailory, piratey types on some islands on the southern continent that are known for that sort of thing too.
Okay. Do you think those could be like leads that I should probably see about following up?
I mean, it's something to discuss with the rest of the party members.
Yeah.
Unless you have a follow-up question for that with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him if he thinks it would be worth our time to go and ask around those places.
I mean, it might, but it might also be just a wild goose chase. I'd say maybe hold off on that until you have more concrete information as to whether that is likely where they were hired from.
True. Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Well, thank you for your time.
And I mean, you know that the party's already talked about being here at least a few days, so you can he'll say that if you want to come back and talk, he's open to it. He also specifically requests, and this doesn't have to be role played out, but he does specifically request you come back at some point to share what you know about fighting Illithids with some of his members.
Yeah. I'd also bring up that we fought at least two or three Noloids.
We ran away from one, didn't we?
We ran away from one, and then we fought another, and I think we fought another one.
We
fought at least two.
We ran away from a little one, and then it caught us up, and then we destroyed it.
And then we fought the others.
Then we ran away from a big one. I think some of you wanted to turn around and fight the big one.
Yeah, I don't tell them about the running away. I just tell them about us fighting them.
Well, I mean,
we'd all have.
You can say it was a bigger ship, and like
the bigger ship.
There's nothing wrong, nothing in the Paladin code that says that you have to commit suicide.
Yeah, outmatched.
I do bring up that we did fight that undead necromancer Illithid.
Yeah, I mean he'll just want you to one day come by and share what
I will.
What you know about it.
Yeah, I will. I guess then I'll leave and head for the Octave Arcane ship.
And as you're going, he does kind of mention if you're ever interested in officially joining the company of the Chalice, they'd be more than happy to count you as a member.
Maybe I'll think about it next time I get a chance when I'm not busy.
Understandable. And that's something that just out of character. That's not something that would require you to leave the party or anything like that. You could.
I gotcha.
You could be a member of the company of the Chalice.
I'd probably do that next time we're in Brawl.
Well,
I mean, Solas is a member of Seekers.
You can look over the organization and make a decision based on how they're described and any obligations that you might have. I mean, it may not be for Ockar. It's
True.
something to think about. I'll give you the information, out of game at some point.
So, do you guys? I'm thinking, would it be better to meet up with the party first and tell them about the Octave Arcane being there so we could beat them together, or should I just go myself?
Up to you. If it's down at the docks, it's going to be in the area of our ship.
It's up to you, and I'm fine with other people having input and as kind of a if you get information about people that we might want to talk to, other people we might want to talk to, this is what you could do as a plan or something like that. That would be fine as a a retcon of what you guys discussed before you went there.
Well, I suppose it comes down to, would Ockar think that the spy would turn up at our ship before he went to find the other ship, or would he want to come back and talk to us and see if we've got any questions for the other ship, or if anyone wants to go with him?
Well.
So that's going to be the two things he needs to think of. But
the main thing is the only reason why I was even thinking about getting the other party members was I was mainly thinking of just having Lafdul out as a lookout.
Yeah, well, if you
Because
think
I thought he'd be
Lafdul's-
the best at spotting a spy.
well,
Mhm.
there you go. If that's what
Apparently
you
not,
think,
considering there's a drow spike right in front of me. I mean, Old gave it a hint, but I didn't chase it up.
Well, I figured he understands this kind of work. He'd probably be the best at ferreting it out. Because I respect his skills in that regard.
Well, it's
In
up to you
that
whether you want to go
regard.
back and have a discussion with the party before. I mean, you've heard that their ship is in for repairs, so it's unlikely that they'll be leaving. You know, within the next couple hours.
I think I'll go back to the party and tell
Would
them what
the-
I've learned.
would the dry docks be in the same sort of area that our ship is in?
No, it's probably on the opposite end of the cavern opening.
Right.
Yeah. Did we agree on where we would meet up?
They all went back to the. I mean, half the party was
Yeah.
already at the ship, and Lafdul and Braxon went back to the ship. So
Then yeah, I'll go back to the ship.
Okay.
And inform them of what went on in private.
Oh, and also, you guys had gotten rooms at the inn already, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Was everyone getting their own room? There's plenty of space.
I think we should do.
probably.
Lever wants her own room.
I don't know. I mean, Braxton was thinking of staying with the ship because if someone's going to try and do dodgy stuff on our ship, we're probably going to have watches on the ship anyway.
Yeah, I was thinking. I'll
I mean,
probably.
they're guards. It's like,
We have guards on the ship.
I know we have guards,
and there
but
are local guards, and
oh, I know,
you don't-
I know we've
you
got.
don't trust the local
No,
authority.
no, you don't.
Oh,
no.
I see how it is.
No, you don't understand. The spy, if the spy comes to check out our ship, Braxton wants to be able to grab him.
Yeah, but
No, if Braxton wants to stay on the ship, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not abstaining from.
I'm not saying nobody should go stay in rooms, but I'm thinking
I think I'll stay at the end.
Yeah, I'm staying.
it's
I
like
want
it's
it
like
off.
where is
yeah, since the spy seemed to be targeting the officers, since officers usually have more information.
All right,
Yeah.
Solas and Leva, are you staying?
I'm-
Leva, you indicated
going
that you wanted to
to
stay at
stay
the
in.
inn.
I'm going in.
What?
Leva, you indicated
She
that you
wanted
wanted to
her
stay
own
at the
room.
inn. You wanted your own room, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Solas?
Yeah, I'm going to the inn.
Okay. I will. I don't know how Finn wants, so I'll just retcon that either way when next session.
Finds a local kennel, gets free food.
But
Braxton's always wanted a dog.
But yeah, when I get back to the ship, I'll tell the party about what I talked about to the company, the Chalice, and how they'd be willing to. What?
You'd be getting back, like, kind of right after the unloading of the cargo has started.
Yeah.
So it's quite busy around the ship. A lot of people moving to and fro, moving the crates and boxes and all the other things full of the goods off your vessel.
Well, in that case, if they've come to offload the cargo,
Yeah, the
we
rest of you are already there, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You've been there for a little while already.
we
In
would
that
probably
case-
want at least Lafdul and Ockar to be scoping out for spies.
Well, Lafdul's going to be pretending to oversee the whole operation, so
Yeah.
I
imagine.
was going to cast detect invisibility,
Okay.
and she's going to make herself invisible.
Oh, Lafdul's like, oh, spellcaster.
Does
Points to lever.
does that? Or does that mean Lever detects herself?
Technically, yes, it does.
She can see herself as like a shadow or something.
Because you can't see yourself when you're invisible.
But does that use the spell up?
No,
Yes.
because
No.
it's
Not hostile.
it's a
Fair
duration thing.
Is
Fair
it
enough.
correct that detect invisibility will actually move with Lever moving around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We wonder
Because you're
what that
detecting.
for.
It's not an
Yes.
area of effect thing.
So Lever will sort of.
Which one are you casting first? Invisibility or detect invisibility?
Detect invisibility.
And how long does that last?
Oh gosh.
It was
5
one
rounds per
round.
level. 5 rounds per level.
Okay.
Are you casting it out of sight?
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
You know, Lafdul's going to be very, very miffed off pretend merchant if we destroy his cargo with Wild Search.
What? Yeah, 5 rounds per level.
Okay.
Wild Search fireball in the cabin.
No,
of
no,
the
no.
shop.
She makes it all disappear.
And
And
then
then Lafdul's.
you're casting invisibility on yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And before, the idea had been to cast ESP on Solas because he was the bait, but now that's not necessary anymore. Does she see anything? I guess she sees Lafdul running around.
Well, I mean, Lafdul isn't invisible right now, so
No, he's just overseeing the operation,
So,
saying where what's
Solas,
in what crate.
She
So-
can
so-
detect hidden or concealed creatures like thieves in shadows, halflings in underbrush, and so on.
yeah. But that Lafdul's not doing any of that. He's just in disguise.
Okay.
Solas
It does
will
not penetrate disguises, magical or
Solas-
normal.
Solas
Okay.
will continue playing as the bookkeeper of the ship.
Okay. So Leva, you I assume you go like into the cabin, cast the spells, and then come out.
Yes.
The doors
And
seemingly
Or she
open by
falls over the
themselves.
next step because she can't see herself.
No, you can see yourself since you have the detect invisibility.
Okay.
you can detect yourself. You can't see yourself.
Okay.
Give me just a second.
Pretty sure it gives you like an outline or something of someone in that area.
You can look it up. I don't believe it nullifies the.
No, it doesn't nullify it, but
Yeah, I mean, what it means is, so the thing about invisibility is that if you're facing someone and you attack them, you get a penalty. But if they move away from you,
you can clearly see them. It says.
You can clearly see. Okay. I think it's. I would. Okay, well, I'll have to go in.
He is
It does
able to
not
clearly
really-
see any object or being that are invisible, as well as any astral, ethereal, or out of phase.
What do you
Anything out of
Okay.
phase.
It is a
Enables-
little bit more
It
powerful than
does
I
not
thought.
reveal illusions
Yeah.
or enable the caster to see through physical objects, though. And
Okay.
it's only a path.
It
10
doesn't
feet
reveal.
wide.
Yeah. It doesn't reveal the method of concealment or invisibility. Now you just know they're there.
Yeah.
You can just clearly see them, like you're suddenly highlighted.
Okay. Leva, you do not notice anything being detected by that spell during the course of the unloading.
So 5 rounds per level, it's maximum 15 minutes that it would last.
5 rounds a level.
Yes.
That's a lot longer than that.
She said 50, not 15, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
sorry, I thought I had 15.
Yeah,
I
so
said 15.
close to an hour, which is pretty good. What is the range on it? What is the area of effect, I should say?
It's a 10 foot by 10 foot per level path.
So 10 feet long per level?
Yes.
Okay.
10 feet long, 10 feet wide.
Okay. If it's a path, I think it's just the length that changes, not the width.
Yes, it's a path 10 feet wide along the wizard's line of sight in the range limit.
Yeah. Okay. So at least
You
100 feet.
scan.
Okay. So at least within and you're scanning around. You do not detect anything invisible during the course of the unloading.
Okay.
Is anyone else doing any other similar precautions?
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the crew that are unloading our cargo.
Lafdul,
Very-
in the guise of the merchant, what are you doing during the unloading?
talking to the offloaders, telling them what's in the crate. That goes there, this goes there. Where are you running it to? I'm making notes.
Okay.
Confirming that the cargo's going to the right place.
Okay. And Solas, are you actually writing things down, or are you just pretending to write things down?
I'm writing things down. I have my clipboard.
Okay.
Before, I was thinking of having Braxon do something, but when Braxon found out that Lever was going to go invisible, I think he would have given her a spyglass. So she can look all around the dock area for anyone that might be watching us from a distance, if she wants it.
You need a close range spyglass.
Would it work? Would it actually help?
You know, that's an interesting question. Would an invisible spyglass actually amplify your vision? I don't think I've ever thought of that before.
No, because you don't perceive it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to
Yes, I
say.
do.
I think I'm gonna have to say no, because being invisible, it can't amplify vision for you.
Yeah, but she's done detect invisibility.
Yeah, but that doesn't that only goes out to 100
Okay,
or so
well,
feet, regardless of what you use to enhance your vision.
Well, in that case, Braxon wouldn't have known, so he'd have still given it to her anyway.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well,
And
the question is,
She might not realize that it's ineffective until she goes invisible and tries to use it.
Yeah.
So
Do you know?
Can't she see it? I mean, she holds it up. She has detected.
Drops it because she can't see it.
if you were holding it when you went invisible, no. I mean, you don't see it. You know it's there, and you can feel it well enough to use it. I don't penalize people who put invisibility on themselves that way. However, you would have to put it down to make it visible again, and thus work, and then there would be a floating spyglass, and you'd be aware that
so
would
Braxon
happen.
might as well use it himself.
That wouldn't attract attention at all.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well,
amused by that.
Well, in that case, Braxon would give it to Allevi, and then if it was useless to her, she could just give it back to him.
She says, "Braxon, hold out your hand."
I think she'd probably give it back to you after it's all done. She'd put it back in a robe.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, Braxon would be looking around to see if he can see anyone who is suspicious. He'll be looking like he's helping to supervise the work from our ship. Is Lafdul going to be mostly on the docks?
Well, I'd be
If you're being
organising
paid.
all of us. Well, I would be paying attention for thieves' can to see if the dock workers are talking to each other.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay. First of all, Braxon, give me a D20, please.
A D20. I don't know. Oh, I nearly rolled a D200. That would have. I've either done really well or really badly.
Yeah, you have done either really well or really badly. You do not notice anyone that stands out to you as watching.
Okay.
Solas is trying to, while he's doing that bookkeeping, try to also look like a target for that spy if he appears.
What are you going to be asking after all these questions?
I know what Braxton could be doing. He can be up with the winch.
So, Lafdul, the dock loaders definitely have colorful language. However, they're dwarves, so they are. They probably would be speaking common here, but you don't notice any actual thieves' cant. They definitely have their own colorful language and slang and stuff like that, but nothing that is obviously thieves' cant.
They're not marking the crates as they're taking them, or something slight.
Not that you've noticed.
All right. Nothing. Carry on.
All right.
Paid to do a job and they're doing it, so I shall not intervene.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything? Yes, Ockar?
I guess I'll look like I'm helping out when I show up.
Okay. Well, you're masquerading as like a mercenary guard, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm masquerading as a mercenary guard, so I'll just keep watch.
Okay.
So, if Ockar does his detect evil intent, can he sweep with that, or does he have to stare at individual people?
Individuals.
Yeah, he has to concentrate on the.
I'd have to do it
individual.
from person to person, and it takes a while.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to try that.
I guess I'll do that while I'm pretending to keep watch.
Okay. Give me a d20, please.
Okay.
It's because you're staring at them. Of course, they're gonna have evil intent. Damn guards staring at me.
4. That's close to the number Braxon got.
So you're not sure if you were able to scan everyone by the time they finish, because again, it has a range, and you'd be wanting to stand in a position that doesn't, put you in their way and stuff like that, because you're acting as a mercenary guard, and you're looking like you're watching, and I mean, these are rough and tumble longshoremen dwarves. Of a culture that you're not familiar with, you can't necessarily tell that each one, who each one is and stuff like that. Of those that you were able to scan, and you may have scanned some multiple times, and you may not have scanned some, you do not detect any evil intent from them.
Okay.
And then the cargo is unloaded, and they get onto some donkey-drawn carts and take it off into the city.
They have donkeys,
Yeah, they have donkeys.
not alpacas or,
No.
dromedaries.
Maybe they were mules. I don't know. One or the other. Or maybe some sort of strange, not quite, but similar to that.
Maybe they
They're pack animals that are smaller than horses. We'll go with that.
maybe they'd have pit ponies if there's mines.
Maybe they have like lizards or something.
They should have giant space hamsters.
So, with the cargo unloaded, you basically now have an empty cargo hold.
Also, we
13 tons.
And Ockar, you'll share the information with the rest of the party. It's up to you what you want to tell them, or if you want to keep anything from them or anything like that, or
Just
whatever.
basically tell them everything that I was told by the guy from the company of the Chalice, and I'd also bring up that the Star Knights might be here in a week, and the Arcane are actually currently in port. I was planning to go see if I could meet with them. If anybody else wants to come along.
Yeah, sounds
What
good.
are they comprised of?
You didn't really get information about
Humanoids, obviously.
Yeah, so out of game, they're basically an adventuring group, and their adventure, quote unquote, is that they're searching for the Spelljammer, and so they take on odd jobs to make sure that they can pay their crew and stuff like that while doing research on the Spelljammer.
Fair enough.
So, if we join up with them, they'll want a slice of the reward, which is fine because we were going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
We were going to do the job anyway, with or without pay.
Well, I figure it's best to get some other guys to help out. I also... Wait, which job were you talking about?
Well, we were going to catch Red Njord anyway.
True.
But there are rewards available. If we take on other groups, we'll have to share the reward with them, obviously.
Well, I figure it's fine to share the reward with them since we're not here for the reward.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is the options are either they'll want to be paid regardless of whether we find Red Njord or not, or they take a share of the reward.
Yeah, and I'm fine with either of those.
Yeah, me too, really.
If the rest of the party's also okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm,
Hmm.
I guess.
You guess?
Well, we'd be making a
I've been
contract.
outvoted anyway, so.
No. If you've got a preference one way or the other, and most people seem to be okay either way.
It's not a strong preference. So.
Well, if everyone's got no preference, you've got a weak preference. That's the strongest preference.
And like, you can feel free to express your point of view and try to convince the other people otherwise. Like, just because people are going one way doesn't mean that they can't be convinced to go another way once they've heard your argument. You know,
No,
if you have
it's-
something that you want to say.
I mean, the most help we would get from them is either information sharing, or when we finally find the pirate base and want to mount assault in there, they would could join that. But other than that, I don't see that they could really help us that much.
I mean, like, what do you have? What was your idea there, Lafdul?
No, it's fine. I don't really want to pursue it anymore. It was just I thought that we're going to be attracting too much of a crowd the more groups we come with.
Well, so again, this wouldn't be a case of they're just going to be following you around until you do something. It's more of a, hey, this is why we're here. We're willing to split the reward with you, or some other kind of compensation.
People like to talk, basically.
Yeah, my plan was...
Unless people...
may happen. That may happen. I'm just saying like, I mean, number one, this is an adventuring group. They've been traveling around Kryn space. Same thing with the Star Knights. They're quote unquote an adventuring group. They may have information useful to you, even if you don't bring them on board. But if you wanted their help in an assault, then when you have a point of, we believe they're here, we're ready to go, let's go, then you'd have some assistance.
Well, my thought was to ask them to help us gather information as well, if possible, for the share of the reward.
You know what?
I think we should contact them only after we are certain that we can't find the spy.
Okay, that's a point.
Since we are still playing as the merchants, and we are still trying to lure the spy, and
yeah. So we've
going to visit them now would most likely attract attention.
We should probably get a list of every ship that's coming to port, or at least look over the roster.
That'd be really hard to actually get legitimately.
Well,
yeah, legitimately.
Yeah, legitimately. Yeah, that's why I said legitimately. If you want to do non-legitimately, that's perfectly fine.
Here's a thought. Could Lafdul try to see if there's a thieves guild here that he could ask about the spy there?
Yeah, he can, but that is most likely something that Lafdul needs to do once we go to int that Lafdul, so that Lafdul can change his.
Yeah. When we go to the end, he can change his disguise or whatever and go check out the thieves guild.
But this is how Lafdul ends up using the Harbour Master's logbook as his holy symbol for a month.
I would never use a book. It's too impractical. Unless it's Lever's book or Solas' book. That would be funny.
Wow.
What?
Using your wizard's book as my holy symbol.
Yeah, because a 20-pound spell book is totally practical.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't notice at all, right?
So,
also there might be some strong words coming from the owner of that book. Those strong words might not be in common language or a language that Lafdul understands.
I guess
that's expected.
It might be in magic missile language, actually.
Indeed.
So real fast. So what are you guys thinking? Do you not want to go? I mean, again, that the Star Knights aren't in yet. They're probably going to be in within a week. The Octave Arcane is in for repairs, so
We can spend few days to still play with our roles and try to capture the spy.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
is that what you guys want to do? Hold off on dealing with the Octave Arcane until you're more comfortable with that?
I'd say we got a couple of options with the Octave Arcane, and we might be right or wrong either way. We might be better off looking for the spy on our own because
Yeah.
I'm not saying we will be. I'm saying we might be. One thing is we might be better off looking for the spy on our own because if we spend a lot of time going off to talk to other people and they observe that, they might stay away from us.
Yeah, which is why
Lafdul convinced me.
But the counterpoint of that is that we've been told that it will be suspicious if we were here for more than say a week.
Mhm.
So if we spend several days looking for the spy and we can't find the spy, and let's face it, the spy might have gone by now.
Spy might even be in port.
Yeah, they might
Do
not
we
even
know?
be here anymore. They might have gone to another port. They might go from port to port. I don't know. If we spend a lot of time looking for the spy and we don't turn anything up, we will have to change our tactics. So we might want to go to the Octave Arcane then. The other option is that if they are in port getting repairs, they might all be sitting around with nothing to do while repair people fix their ship. So they might be available to go looking around taverns for anyone from Ansalon. If they know what people from Ansalon look like.
I could try and discern what an Ansalon accent is.
Yeah.
Try
So
and spend some time picking it up.
what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying either way, but if they were available, they might be able to go from tavern to tavern to find us some people we can scope out.
but they might
Or we
also scare the spy if the spy notices this.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is why I'd say that we contact them after we stop trying to capture the spy
Right.
in
So
our trap.
I'm for
Yeah.
what I'm with Lafdul. Levi is with Lafdul because she didn't think of the fact that yes, the talk travels and whoever it is
Yeah.
might actually hear of us,
Yeah.
our inquiries, and so therefore she pulls back and she points the other way.
Well, I've already told the company of the Chalice that there's a spy at the dock with the pirates.
Yeah.
So
which is good because they won't.
Yeah, but the Chalice,
They're
the
not gonna spill that.
problem with the Arcane is that if we were to go and also recruit them in this chase, they would most likely be more noticeable.
yeah,
So
And also it would be one more person, one more group that we would have to go and contact without the spy noticing us doing that.
if we don't have time to contact them and we see the spy, we'll just grab the spy.
I don't know about necessarily grabbing the spy. Just follow them, learn who they are, where
Yeah,
they're going.
that's true. That's true.
Tell them.
Ockar, did you pick up any vibe about Octave Arcane from the Company of the Chalice?
I mean they seem to be respectable adventurers. They mainly just do jobs to earn money to fund their travel to find a Spelljammer.
Right. So you didn't hear a bad name from them. So they're
Right.
probably not involved in the piracy. So it comes
Which
down
ones-
to
Sorry, carry on.
can we trust them or not?
I think we can trust them. So I think the even more trustworthy would be the Star Knights, since
Yeah, they sound better.
yeah, but I think we could probably also.
So did you pick up any hint that Octave Arcane was looking for pirates?
No, you didn't hear anything one way or the other.
I didn't hear anything one way or the other.
Right. Okay. Well, our cover story is that we finished offloading this cargo. Our cover story is that we're going to have to go out and find new cargo, and then we're going to be wanting to load up, and then we should look really to maintain our cover. We should be going, unless we're going to have the cover story that we're trying to hire more workers.
Yeah.
So we can delay with those things for an amount of time. So we can go with one strategy and then change. So once we've gone to Octave Arcane, we can't ungo to them.
Yeah.
So if you want to try it without them, we should try that first.
I say we try it without them first.
So
Since
I mean, we could take it day by day too. So
yeah.
but,
So you guys wanted to go to a tavern. Do you think you might?
Well,
pick
part of the
anyone up
reason
at
why I wanted to recruit them is to have more eyes looking into these kind of things to help find information faster.
Uh-huh.
yeah, we
They
can
seem to be skilled adventurers and probably know how to handle these things quite well as we do, at least.
we can recruit them, but I would say that and we should most likely recruit them, but we should most likely recruit them once we give up on our own tries to find the spy.
Fair enough.
When we've been walking around,
we'll just keep it as a backup plan.
when we've been walking around, does it look like there's a lot of taverns?
that's a good
Right.
point.
Okay.
Especially close to the docks.
Okay. So.
So, like, I should be clear. I mean, this is a fairly bustling port. There's at least 4 other ships in dock. Doing cargo.
The wet dock or the dry dock.
Well, I mean, they're not in for repairs. We'll put it that way.
Okay.
Oh, that's a thought. We can spy on the other ships to see if someone's spying on the other ships.
What?
We can keep an eye on the other ships in port.
So we're spying to find a spy.
The thing is, we're starting to stick out like a sore thumb when you say, "Oh, I'm spying on this guy." You do stand out after a while.
Yes, true. But there's some of you can.
I think we should just
One second, Sealamore. I'll stop for a sentence. Some of you can go invisible.
not Sealan.
Yeah, sorry,
Daikami.
some of you can go invisible. So those of you that can go invisible can just watch another ship.
Like Leva right now.
Yeah, and I'm not saying we should all do that. I'm saying if we're not going to go to Octave Arcane, we need to be doing these other things.
Yeah.
I don't care what we do. So if you any of you guys have got plans, I don't mind doing that. But if we're not going to go to Octave Arcane now, then we have to have other things we're doing. You guys said you was going to go to a hotel.
I think the best, at least what I would suggest, is that we keep up the guise of being a merchant group that has been hired by Dougal, and basically now that we have emptied our cargo, make lots of noise that we are looking for goods that we are going to be transporting back that are valuable.
All right.
That should make the spy notice us if he is still here and take interest in us.
Yeah.
So basically,
Make us a target.
Make us a target, Lafdul, and rest of us should basically brag around for that we are getting a valuable cargo to sell back on Hedogl and such.
That sounds good.
I still think that did Lafdul say if he was or wasn't going to try the Thieves Guild thing later?
Well,
He would
I
never
don't.
mention that.
I don't
Also,
think.
also that can be
Right.
done during the evenings, nighttime.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
No.
think.
Whenever the party's not traveling with Lafdul gets alone for some time. Yes, he may do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Let's
think.
give him some alone time.
I think mostly what we would know about Lafdul is he goes off and ferrets out information.
Yeah. That's once we head to the end, do you think you could do your thing where you're able to ferret out information that we normally wouldn't be able to?
So real
Normally
fast,
wouldn't be
You're
able
quite
to. You
skilled
would
at
just real fast. It is perfectly okay to talk about out of like out of character when it's the players talking
Yeah.
to each other. That the thief who is going to try to find a thieves guild and making contact. You can do that. It's okay.
Yeah.
okay, but in character, it's like
Yeah.
do that thing you do where you somehow come find information while wandering around the town at night.
Yeah. You just know that. I mean,
I'll see if I can find some leads.
You know that he's
Also-
good at applying people for information. Is essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Also, one thing that came to my mind since those spies and pirates might most likely have some contact with the thieves. Lafdul could potentially use this merchant disguise to basically contact the thieves guild / black market and play as he's someone who is interested in selling some
Some fine ham.
valuable magical artifacts or buying some valuable magical artifacts that are not necessarily acquired by the most legal way.
Was there any? That ship that got destroyed.
Did you hear my joke?
I heard
What was
it.
it called?
The galleon, the ones that you
Was it-
rescued people from.
What was it called? The Green something?
Yeah, let me look it up. Hold on a second.
Hang on.
I think I'm going to.
Emerald Oakleaf.
No.
It's a ship we rescued. The,
Well, that
the
was-
destroyed ship.
Yeah, that was far off my beating track. I knew it was green. Emerald's the green, right? Right? Yeah. Basically, Lafdul's of the idea of that ship was transporting something. I want it back. I'm going to, if there's a thieves guild, I'm going to play it off that I learnt that ship that attacked the Emerald Oakleaf has operated from here. So I want to somehow get in contact with either the Red Njord or where the goods are being sold from, because there was something of a family heirloom that I would like to repurchase back. That was being transferred. That's how I'm going to play it off. At least I think. That's like my running headcanon.
So, are you indicating that you know that Red Njord attacked that ship?
Ooh.
I think you should indicate pirates attacked the ship.
Yeah, pirates.
Not mention the Red Njord.
Yeah.
I
don't
say
mention-
a pirate ship. I'd say a large pirate ship. Then a particularly large pirate ship, and I mention a few names. I say
Right,
the
but
red-
so keep in mind that what everyone knows, until you rescued the people, is that it never made it to its destination.
Yeah.
So no one.
It could have been attacked by a Krajan. It could have been attacked by a Krajan. It could have been attacked by a radiant dragon.
That's true.
I'm a spellcaster.
It could have
I could
a-
play it off that I have magic that's shown me.
Okay, if that's what you're going
Because
with,
I
that's
can
fine.
use magic, and I could at least pretend.
I mean,
to a
the
certain
thing is,
extent.
like, if you go in and say, all right, I want something from this ship that was attacked by pirates, and like, how do you know it was attacked by
ship?
pirates? That's
Yeah.
kind of going to be the reaction to a ship that just was overdue. So that's what I mean. If you're saying that you had a spellcast, that's fine.
You're a strong
Yeah,
and
no,
powerful
I-
diviner.
I could also
Or
play
he-
it off that
he-
I am which
Rich-
isn't
Let him finish. Go ahead.
because there's no trickster god of this realm, so I could play it off that this is I am a follower of a trickster god, which grants me the ability to discern these types of divinations. So this is how I came by this information.
Alright.
I also want to know if there are any thieving gods of Kryn.
All right, so
in this
you
sphere.
are. So you go to the inn and change your disguise.
Yeah, something slightly more practical.
Okay. Are you
I'm
changing your
still-
disguise and then changing the hat?
Would this take us to the evening, Ald?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean,
He's
if
gonna
there's some
be
people,
a
if there's something that some
combination-
people want to do on the way, I mean, it's late afternoon as it is anyway, so.
Yeah.
No, I would be actually quite ornamental. Actually wearing make myself appear as a priest of Erevan, which is I would have like holy markings on my armor. It's my leather armor, but I'd be just doing like minor alterations to the appearance of it. So it's more apparent that I'm a priest out of sphere. That's also practical in the thieves' world, I guess. Why is my microphone not picking up?
It's picking
We
up.
hear
I'm
you.
hearing.
What was the last thing you heard from me? Because I didn't see it.
That you are being practical as a thief while wearing this gaudy outfit.
I didn't hear a gap in you talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
something did cut off, but I forgot what
I don't think anything was cut off.
Nothing cut
No.
off.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Alright,
would have
yeah,
said, I think
so-
someone would have said something otherwise, because we would have had dead air.
Yeah. Well, maybe Discord just didn't highlight. Oh well.
All right.
So yeah, no. He's going to play off as a priest out of sphere that he. Obviously, this is a foreign power, and this is a priest out of sphere. I don't know what kind of powers they have, so I'm just going to play it off that I am a follower of a roguish trickster deity that grants me such magic.
Okay.
But the problem is, I've just realized I need to know what this heirloom is or a object of significance. They said they were carrying like worked goods and stuff, didn't they?
Yep.
So I would just ask where would I know where they're selling this stuff, I suppose.
All right. Well, so I mean, you haven't even made contact with anyone yet.
Yeah.
First. Okay. So you're.
Again, like practical rogue leather.
Yeah.
but
No, I
obviously
get that. But
priestly.
the thing that you want to try, that you're claiming that you want back.
I just could just say it's one of my siblings' holy symbol, I guess, or like a
Okay.
family heirloom, which is a holy symbol.
So you're basically saying that a member of the crew had a personal object that you want back.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
And
Do you
I
want
wanna
to
know
tie yourself
where-
to that crew?
What do you mean?
Well,
No, I'm not tied per
But-
se, but
maybe I shouldn't be telling you about what you're designing for your own character.
yeah, well, no, I understand the implications because obviously I'm naming myself as a potential target, but inadvertently that's also drawing them to us.
Yeah, there is that. I just meant you could be interested in something to do with the people in this sphere without necessarily being related to them.
So
Or I could play it off like I had my own designs for that ship, and there was a crew member that had a certain item that I was tracking, and it disappeared around that point. Yeah, that's slightly less self-deprecated.
Well, no, that sounds less nice, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the thieves guilds aren't generally very nice people.
Yeah, that's
so
what I
they're
mean.
not going to do
You-
stuff for charity. So I have a vested interest in one of those items, and so
You can come across that way as you were trying to hunt this person down, and it sounds like someone else got to them first, and you want that thing. You don't care about the rest of the cargo,
Yeah.
and you don't care whether they're alive or dead. You need that thing.
You've got what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
So I think that we got that well enough. How are you going to try to contact local thieves guild? I mean, cities of this size and your experience always have a thieves guild, so you're not worried that there is no thieves guild here.
I start looking for like the shady taverns that like have illicit like fighting or gambling. Then I start going for like. Yeah, I'll start with that.
Okay, so you're starting to look for the stuff that is borderline illegal or just like right over the line illegal, gambling and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do manage to find a seedy tavern. Are you going into the seedy tavern with your disguise on like this? You're using the hat, right?
The hat's just complementing my natural appearance.
Okay.
Only so I've got like embellishment on my equipment, whereas I normally don't.
Okay, so are you looking like yourself?
Yeah, I'm looking
Otherwise?
like myself.
Okay.
So I'm an elf in leather armor, blackened leather armor.
Okay, so you go in, kind of get a drink for a copper piece.
Copper?
Yeah, copper.
Oh, like Frin copper.
I mean, it's worth the same. And this stuff is swill. It is pretty vile.
I did go to the CD tavern.
Yeah.
Does it have an effect there?
No. I mean, I'm assuming that.
No,
that
as
you're...
in people drink it for the effect. If it's even though it's bad.
Probably, but you can fake it.
Drink enough of it.
I mean, you can fake it. This is more for the appearance than the actual beverage itself. And kind of like, surreptitiously ask around for some, illicit gaming, that sort of thing. And you do find out about an illicit dice game that's run regularly in this one tavern. Are you gonna then kind of like drop some thieves' cant to indicate that you're looking for the thieves guild kind of thing when you go to this game? That you're looking to make contact?
In a way, yes, but
because the point isn't to play the game. The point isn't to play the game. The point is to just you're using the game as the contact point.
Yeah, all right.
Correct.
No, yeah, I use the thieves' cant at that point.
Okay. You get kind of a suspicious look and the kind of a.
Yeah, well, I'm an elf in a dwarf town.
It's not necessarily that unusual. I mean, there's gnomes around too. But it's kind of giving you a suspicious look. I mean, again, you're an outsider, and how do they know you're not there to cause problems and stuff like that? And this dwarven thief, and this is kind of more of one of the bouncer type guard type people to ready to pull someone out if they're getting drunk and belligerent in the game or something like that. And
paying their owes debt.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And he's I get what you're saying. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for information, and usually your lot usually has that information in spades that they're willing to sell. And it's not something I can ask in the regular channels, if you get my meaning.
I get you. What are you looking to sell or buy information?
I'm looking to buy information.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna want to find Lorgara Tunnel Run.
Lorgara Tunnel Run. What's this place called? Reox, isn't it?
Yeah. This is specifically at Hardhammer Pass on Reorx. and he says, "Yeah, she'll if you want to buy some information, she's the one to talk to. She'll need something up front, an upfront guarantee if you catch my meaning." And he gives you some quick directions to a little shop that you can go to.
Are they wanting a donation? Well, he wants a donation, or I have to give a donation somewhere else.
He definitely looks like he'd be. I mean, you're like the guarantee is pay some up front, but he's definitely kind of expecting something from you, right?
All right, I give him 50 steel.
50. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you ever need anything else, you know where to find me. You pocket some of the steel.
Keeping your mouth shut would be good enough for me, please.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I walk off.
Specifically keeping his mouth shut right then and there to make the point. Okay. So you follow the directions. It's definitely in the seedier part of town, and it appears to be like an antique shop. The windows are very, very dingy to the point that the only thing that passes through is light. You can see that there is light inside. And the sign outside doesn't have any words on it. It just has kind of a very old-style brass helmet on the sign. You painted on the sign.
Hmm. Antique shop.
Yep.
Sorry, what was the other description? Sorry, can you reiterate that?
It's just like the windows are dingy and grimy, so that the only thing that passes through is light. You wouldn't be able to see inside what's going on.
Yeah, it's like a subtle cover, I suppose.
Yeah, but it looks natural. You're kind of
yeah. That's what they're going for.
Yeah.
They purposely let it run down a little.
So are you going in?
Yep.
Okay. You open the door, and there's a little bell that sounds as you do so, and close it behind you. It's a fairly cramped shop with all kinds of antique equipment and pieces of armor and weapons and tools. You would guess that at least a quarter of it is actually broken and unusable in its current state. The things aren't well cleaned and stuff like that, like the brass fixtures that
It's
are for
just
sale
a
are
place for
grimy.
people to meet. They don't actually care about the business. Probably.
Hard to
Or
say
at
for
least-
sure, but
Yeah. Can I appraisal some of this as I'm walking past to get an idea if it is actually looks like it might be valuable?
a couple pieces here and there might actually be valuable if they were cleaned up and
Found a good owner.
there's a few more
Wow.
where, especially if they were repaired or parts were replaced or something like that. To a certain extent, like you think that it may kind of function as a mixture of a pawn shop and antique shop. So, but as you after you've closed the door, you hear a voice from the back. "I'll be with you in just a moment." And there's kind of like
The
a
sound dwarven, female.
does not
gnomish.
sound as deep as dwarves that you've encountered.
Yeah. Older, younger.
There's a little bit of a crash, not a big crash, but clearly something just got knocked over in the back, and a gnome woman, upper middle years, comes out from the back room. Yes, how can I help you?
Hey there. I am looking for information.
Well, I sell
Can't
antiques,
move.
not information.
Wow. Does the name of Lugara Tunnel Run mean anything to you?
That's my name.
No. Oh, apparently you were the person to come by. As I'm saying this, I'm using Thieves' Cant to purchase information. Let's see if she catches on.
Oh, well, I might have something back here for you. Come through. And she goes into the back room,
Hmm. Is it just us in here? There's anyone else?
As far as you can tell.
Yeah, well, I'm actively at least
It's-
a little bit.
It's pretty cramped, so, like,
Yeah.
I mean, if there's someone, they're either hiding really well, they're in a hidey hole, or they're invisible. Let's put it that way.
All right.
Are you going back into the back room?
Yeah.
So back there, it's it's a lot better sorted, although there's still, like, piles of stuff. You see that what fell over was a kind of a bucket of brass fixtures, like door handles, doorknobs, that sort of thing, all in old styles. Um,
At these two
all in needing
practice their
cleaning.
skills.
But it is a lot, like, it's much easier to move around all the stuff that's back here. And there's an old table. It's clearly seen a lot of use. There's, knife marks in it, cut marks, dents from things being dropped on it. And she just kind of plops herself down into a chair behind the table and waves at you to sit in a very old but sturdy chair across from her. Sit down, sit down. You understand I'll need some assurances before I can help you.
Oh, that's not a mimic, is it? As I go to sit down.
It doesn't
No,
bite your bum. How's that?
Well, you don't know until you do.
It doesn't bite your bum.
No, I sit down. Yeah.
All right.
I say that I spoke. Obviously, I've mentioned the bouncer at the tavern that I went to. That's
She
where I
kind of
was
gives a
referred to.
dismissive wave. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sure. The
Hmm.
assurances.
Oh, she wants money up front. Yeah. All right. I'll start off with like 250 steel.
Well, this will buy you quite the assurances. What information are you looking for?
See, I was after an item that was on the Emerald Oak. It was a ship that was.
Emerald oak leaf.
Sorry.
Emerald oak leaf.
Oh, Emerald Oak Leaf. Yeah, details. uh, that was. Well, it came to some form of destruction. I assume as pirates. I mean, I used magic to come by this. I am a priest of Erevan, which you may not be familiar with. It's a priest of mischief and fun, change, but a lot of the unsolicited actions are given up in praise to him, should we say.
I've never had much use for the divine myself. What is this item that you're looking for?
Well,
you tell me about it.
It's I say it's like a bracelet, and I try and embellish like this story that I'm going with.
Mhm.
This like silver bracelet. It was on one of these crewmen. The crewmen didn't realize what they had obtained, but that bracelet had the power to I say breathe underwater, but no, that's not good enough. I'm just gonna say it can just feign some kind of like magical effect. I don't have to name specifically what the effect is.
That's fine.
And obviously, I was planning on obtaining that bracelet, but obviously that ship met its demise at the hands of some kind of, well, this current space is a dangerous place. You know how it is. And I am looking to find whoever obtained that bracelet. I'm looking to either purchase it or, well, I need to obtain that bracelet by any means. Well, within reasonable means.
Did you tell her that you, by magic means, you knew that the ship was attacked by pirates? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I implied that I asked for divine assistance, and it was revealed to me that the ship was attacked by humanoids.
Okay.
I'm keeping it vague-ish.
She kind
One
of
can-
shrugs when you're talking about the the divine. She's like, I never had much use for it myself, but if you're looking for a piece of cargo or item of value that was on a vessel that was attacked, by what did you say? Do you know?
I assume pirates.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm saying that. I'm saying I assume pirates. All I know is it was attacked by humanoids. So, I mean, that could have been anything, but I assume it'd be pirates, judging by the piracy in this space.
Well, we do some smuggling and we do some fencing here, but most of it has to do with things that are already here. Don't have a whole lot of truck with pirates, just mostly because it's difficult for them to get in. It's usually the smugglers that we'll deal with, but I might be able to get you some information.
Well, I used some other divination, and apparently I learned some things in the past. And apparently there was this guy, I think. I'm not sure about this accent. There's some place called Anselon or something. For some reason, this person keeps being drawn to me by my magic, and I'm not sure why. And that's why I even randomly, well, not randomly, I suppose I was guided here, I guess. It's like, for some reason, I'm being pointed here, and I'm not entirely certain why, so...
Wait, are you looking for the person or the item? I'm somewhat confused here.
The item, but this person seems to have some relevance to it. I'm not sure why. Maybe this person who I suspect he has the item. That's why I'm being drawn to it.
Well, I could
This
certainly
individual.
put out some feelers for the individual, but if you're looking for an item that was taken in a vessel attack, your best bet would be to go to a pirate port.
Well, I'm new in this sphere. Do you mind telling me where some are?
Well, I may be able to.
All right, hang on. Let me check my currency because this is costing me a fortune. All right, that minus 250. Oh, hang on. 443 minus 250. 193. Let's see if 180 steel will get me information.
180?
Yeah.
Yes, well, your best bet would be to probably visit a smuggler's port. The ones that I'm aware of, she mentions that the Moon of Kryn, the Black Moon of Kryn, has 2 ports that you could visit. One of them is called Black Hills.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is called New Haunt.
New Haunt. Is that with an A?
That is Haant. And she also mentions that there is a very well hidden port in Zivlin itself.
Zivlin.
Yeah, that's the air world.
Isn't that what the elves are trading?
No, so this is in the air world, not one of the moons.
No, but I mean that's where the elves are, aren't they?
Well,
No,
the
elves are on one of the moons.
yeah, they're on one of the moons.
Oh.
Like there are no
Yeah.
known ports on Zivlin itself, in large part because of the giant continent-sized rock called Landwrecker that tends to smash things.
There is a well hidden. I'm making notes. Obviously, that's relevant to my character.
And that one is called Thaldar. and it is hidden inside one of the rocks.
How do you spell it all?
Thaldaar.
Oh, I was missing another A.
Of course.
Hidden inside rocks or rock.
Inside a large island-sized rock.
Oh,
Thallar.
Thaldaar. Thaldar.
Island rock. Well, this is given me means to an end, I suppose.
She indicate like in her descriptions, she's clearly never been off planet, so she doesn't know exactly. But
Are you connected at all? I mean, is there any introductory?
Hold on. She gives you some information about where on those worlds they're located. It's imprecise because she's never been there herself. She knows of them. They are places where the Thieves Guild has contacts, and with smugglers and stuff like that. She knows, as a member of the Thieves Guild, she has contacts with smugglers, and smugglers and pirates visit these ports.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any further questions? She is willing to do some investigation of this person, but she needs more information.
The problem is it's keeping it vague to not tilt my hand.
I mean, if it's more like, so you've given her enough enough money that she's willing to send some people out searching for an individual.
I'm just trying to get in contact with this person, so I try to relay as much information as I can because I know some things. I know he's from Anselon. He used a spellcaster because he used magic. I obviously don't know what type of magic because I can't. Basically, I will say that I was given the memory of someone who was dead who dealt with this person from this port in here, in Rialx at Hardhammer Pass.
Do you have any information about who this person is associated with? Any group or organization or other individuals that she's
pirates?
About that? Just pirates.
I'm mentioning pirates.
Okay.
Thing is, I don't want to tilt my hand that I'm saying specifically. I know which one.
I understand, but you're also giving her very vague information.
I say pirates. Whatever they were doing, it was a clever operation by the memories of this person who was bewitched by the magic.
Well, the best thing I could say is you could keep an eye out and see if Sard comes into port sometime. He has a small ship that carries some, shall we say, goods that have fallen off other vessels.
Maybe you'll have my bracelet.
He might know something about that.
S-A-A-A... No, S-A-A-R-D?
No, this one is just S-A-R-D.
Oh. I thought you were going for a theme there.
I was going for a theme on those names, and people familiar with Kryn might recognize some of that. But this guy, so it's Sard as in Sardonyx. His full name she would give you is Sard Bloodstone, and he is a dwarf. She describes
him
as... What
ship does he fly?
She doesn't know that for sure. She believes
small ship.
It's a small ship. She believes it's an eel ship. But she doesn't know the name. She has not dealt with him personally. She's just aware of him, and she would describe him as a merchant of sorts.
Merchant of opportunity, I would put it.
Well, you can she kind of it's the air quotes merchant kind of thing,
Yeah.
And I'll leave it up to you how to interpret that further.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what kind of merchant. That's my kind of merchant. All
So
right,
that's her the best information that she can give you. She does not know a schedule for him, but she does know that he does visit some of the ports here on Reorx. But she does know for sure that he is also visits some of those smuggler ports.
all right, yeah.
You have any other questions for her?
No, obviously she's gonna. What she said she was gonna put out some.
Well, since you didn't tell her that you wanted her to go out and look for them, she's not going to do that. But she will say, as she's pocketing the last of your coins, if I hear anything else, I could send someone to with a message. Is there someplace that you're staying, or someplace that I could have someone deliver something?
Yes.
If you're concerned, I can have it written and sent by someone who can't read.
Yes, it's fine. I'd rather have someone competent, to be honest. Yeah. So we're staying at like under the mountain, wasn't it? Something like that.
Heart of the mountain.
That's a heart. I say I'm staying at Heart of the Mountain. You can contact me. I say it's for a person called Scarhand.
All right. Would you want that a verbal message or a written message, if I have anything?
Can it be written, please?
It can.
I can speak common in the Elvish, but I don't think I am familiar with your Elvish in this sphere, so it would have to be common.
Outworld Elvish. It might be a difficult thing to get, but I might be able to find someone who can write that.
Or if
it would be less likely to be read hereabouts.
Yeah.
She would have said Outsphere, but whatever. This has been a profitable venture, and I hope you find this item that you're looking for.
Yes, item. Well, as you can imagine, I'm quite invested in.
I have determined that. Yes. Happily taking your coins.
Oh, I stand up. I offer my hand, I guess, and shake.
She's happy to shake your hand. Yeah.
Well, let's see.
If you offer her your hand, she'll sell it.
No, we'll have to just grow another one.
You can tie her around
you offer her your hand in marriage.
You can chop your hand off and then tie it to your neck as a necklace and use that to wear an extra ring.
So do you have any? Do you do anything or say anything as you're leaving?
No, I just make pleasantries and I comment about her store, some of the antiquities, and I mention about. I keep it vague, but I mention about some of the things that I saw inside a citadel, like a burial place. I'm just seeing if I can make conversation as I'm leaving. It's just something passing by. Oh,
I mean, the thing is if you're getting up to go, she's not getting up to follow you. She's just kind of waving you off out of the.
All right then. Yeah, then I'll just leave.
Okay. She has your money, so.
Yeah, no.
Quite a hefty sum.
Yeah.
Also.
Hey, I got you a lot of information.
Yeah.
Yes, that cost me an arm and a leg.
All right. Well,
not literally, but.
That's something for you guys to discuss. Would you be heading back to the inn to share what you know and stuff like that?
I'm going to be a bit careful. I'll make sure that I'm not being followed.
Sure.
So I'm going to take some detours and stuff.
Okay. All right. Let's see. XP wise, that is going to be
lots.
I am almost out of all my steel. I got 19 to my name.
Well, you could always do some more money exchange here.
That's true.
Yeah, as Frox has said in Twitch chat, again, the GM is relieving the PCs of their money. And the best part is that the PC was doing it on their own, just saying, I'm just going to up and give them money, as opposed to me saying, yeah, it's going to cost this amount.
Yeah,
I
well,
feel like-
it's kind of like if they're asking for an amount, it's kind of like I'd rather than not ask questions.
Yeah, but at the same time, if anyone does talk, you are now known as a whale.
Yeah, I think you at least paid 3 times the market cost.
Yeah.
The first guy you could have gotten away with 1 steal.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
50 steel, man.
I didn't
Definitely.
know the values.
definitely the first guy you ripped yourself off. It's like
Well, the
you,
second one too. Second one too.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, I want to make sure that he doesn't rat me out. So
Well,
They
now
probably offer you caviar next time you go
Yeah,
to visit them.
now, like Old said that you are known as the whale. So if anyone has anything that they might be able to sell you, they expect huge amounts of money.
If you're, but then you clarify only if you can actually get the job done.
All right, so XP wise, Leva and Solas 750 XP.
I wonder if I should lose XP for giving away too much money.
Braxon
You probably should.
and Ockar 1000 XP,
1,000.
and Lafdul 1500.
Oh, well, at least I got more XP.
Yeah.
And then you lose 2,000 for giving away too much money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
he's not exactly his deity isn't exactly a greedy one. You know,
Yeah,
there's some
he
other
is.
ones, especially in this sphere. There's some that would be a bit more appropriate for.
Lafdul doesn't know about these deities.
If you would have been like in your conversations, trying to find out where the likely places to be would be, to make contact. The closest thing that there are to thieving deities here would be Shanair, the god of merchants, who's neutral, and Hedukal, the evil god of merchants. Those who are
I got more luck with Shanair.
well. So I mean, it's gonna be in a lot of the thieves guilds. It'll depend on how the nature of the thieves guild itself. The one that you were dealing with was probably a roughly even mix of both of those. So Hedukal is the kind of deity who, number one, may try to cheat you. Number two, you got to read the fine print on. That sort of guy. If the contract says something, he will do it, but the contract may also have an invisible ink on it that says that he doesn't have to do it. So let's just put it that way. He's not a good fellow. But I assume no one is going up a level.
Oh
Nope.
yeah. I haven't-
Sadly, Braxon hasn't quite got there.
No, not quite.
All
All right.
right. Getting there.
Well,
Well, I've worked out what Braxon's doing next.
oh,
Yeah, Lafdul needs to reacquire bank.
I only need about 11,000 for my, or about 10,000 for my mage, so that's about 20,000 in all.
Braxon's next move is to go out and to tell everyone he's doing a side hustle, but he's not going to spend any money, unlike Lafdul. Braxon's basically going to go around and say, "Okay,
It's strange. Your money keeps disappearing, even though you're not spending any.
yeah." Braxon's going to say he's on a job for this merchant, and he's got his own amount of cargo hold, and he needs to find some high value cargo that he can buy with his own money
okay.
to earn a bit on the side.
We'll see how that goes next time.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for playing. I really appreciate it. And thank everyone out there for watching. We'll be back next week, and we'll see what the players can do with this information that they've gained this time. See you next time,
Cool.
everyone.
Thanks for the game.
Bye. Bye.